Hi, it's Caitlin, and I'm here with a ton of honestly, truly incredible nail polishes to share with you. This video does contain sponsored content, but as always, all opinions are my own. If you've been following along with the Zodiac Stones series, which features 6 polishes for each of the astrological signs, and it's a collab between By Dany Vianna, Watcha Indie, and by Vanessa Molina, you will know that we are almost at the end of the series. So I have swatches of Aquarius and Capricorn polishes, as well as 2 polishes for Valentine's Day from By Dany Vianna that are inspired by Bruno Mars. And Bruno Mars is a guilty pleasure, but he's not really a guilty pleasure because it's just like, I love Bruno Mars. And something else that's very, very exciting, By Dany Vianna and Watcha Indie have collaborated on a custom printed horseshoe style magnet, which is obviously not as strong as a 30-pound horseshoe magnet, so a little bit safer to use for people who have, for example, implanted devices like I do, a defibrillator. You obviously still want to be safe and keep it at least 6 inches away from any implanted metal and other magnets or metal like your phone or your laptop, but it's really great, it's really strong, so I will be using that in my video for you to see. Everything in this video is available now for purchase in the By Dany Vianna shop. I will link it down in the description, and let's get into these incredible nail polishes.
All right, let's start by looking at this Valentine's Day duo, which is in the By Dany Vianna shop. Both polishes are also inspired by Bruno Mars duets. Hold Ya for a While is described as a blue magnetic with blue reflective glitters and red shreds. So in my typical fashion, I'm going to use the cat eye magnet, which is just a neodymium bar magnet held sort of on a diagonal across my index finger. And then my middle finger, I'm actually using the new magnet that is available also in the By Dany Vianna website. It works so well if you want something maybe less intense than a 30-pound horseshoe magnet. It's going to give you the same effect, and it has a really wide base, which makes it great if you have bigger fingers or want to put 2 fingers in at a time. Now I will recommend 2 or 3 coats for this. I left it at 2, and of course a thick, generous layer of top coat. I do also want to acknowledge how perfectly this nail polish matches the music video for the song Die With a Smile. I can't get enough of that song since the minute I heard it, and this nail polish perfectly captures the visuals from the music video. And it's also just a beautiful nail polish. So here you can see the magnetic effect, and on my pinky, that is how it will look if you just choose not to magnetize the polish at all. The second half of the duo is Kissy Face, Kissy Face. Of course, this one's inspired by APT with Bruno Mars and Rosé. This one is a pink magnetic with red metallic and black matte heart glitters. So this one is definitely on the sheer side, and I think most people will need 3 coats to build it up appropriately. And I will also recommend holding or keeping the bottle upside down before you attempt to apply the polish, because there are a good number of heart glitters, but they're not the easiest to get out. You probably don't want a ton on each nail. I really liked how I just got like 1 or 2, but I will be honest and say I did have to turn the bottle upside down before application and fish around a little bit to get a heart glitter on each of my nails. But as you can see, this effect is really beautiful. It's really, really cute. And I do love glitter, so I absolutely love that this has both a magnetic effect, a shimmer, and the really, really cute mini heart glitters, which are in red and black. And because this does have glitters, I will definitely recommend 2 layers of top coat, or if you have a glitter smoothing top coat, you can apply 1 layer of that and then a quick dry top coat over it to get a very smooth finish, which personally I think is mandatory when you're working with glitters. It doesn't look so good when you've got lumpy spots where the glitters are. And here you can see it's really beautiful. I don't know which way I prefer it, but I did leave it unmagnetized on my pinky for anyone who doesn't want to bother with a magnet. We are going to now look at the Capricorn Zodiac Stones polishes, and this one is called Moonstone version 2. So there was a Moonstone previously released with another one of the signs, but it also applies to Capricorn. So we're getting another Moonstone polish, which is great because I am obsessed with Moonstones. I think I have 3, or maybe it's just 2 pieces of jewelry with Moonstone, but I think it's very magical, and so is this nail polish. It's a white crelly base with indigo shimmer, micro black flakes, and holographic particles. This is probably going to be a 3-coater for most people unless you like a sheerer look on your nail. It is a beautiful smooth application and finish, and it does dry quite glossy, but of course the top coat is going to help enhance the holographic effect, which I actually had a little bit of sun, so you are going to see the pretty twinkle that is in this polish. And talking about holographic, we have rose quartz, which is a soft pink linear hollow with holographic micro flakes. So this is like an absolute dream. I love linear hollows, and when you add even more hollow, you sell me every time. So this one has a phenomenal formula. I will say it's a solid 2-coater because the holographic effect is so incredibly strong. It covers the nail beautifully, and the thing with hollows like this is that the effect of the hollow gets stronger once it dries down fully. So I am going to apply top coat, which will help with the holographic effect, and here you can see it once it dried down after a few minutes. Get ready to be amazed by the holographic effect here. This was in natural sunlight, and you can see that hollow flame is really strong. Here we have purple fluorite, which is a purple sheer jelly base with a mix of iridescent flakes and purple galaxy glitters. This one's really interesting and really fun if you like purple. So it does have a very sheer base, but it will build up well in 3 coats. Or of course you could layer it if you're not a fan of a sheer base, or you just want to use it as more of a topper. You could certainly do that. On the second coat, you can already see that it is building up nicely to opacity, and there is a lot going on in here, and I will certainly recommend a generous layer of top coat, or if you're like me, you might as well just go ahead and use a glitter top coat and then another layer of quick dry top coat, because I always want a super smooth finish when it comes to anything with glitter. This won't be difficult to remove. It'll obviously require more effort than a shimmer or a cream, but it's not going to be the most difficult to remove. Moving along, we have blue calcite. This is another V2 because we've seen blue calcite before. This is an indigo jelly base with aurora pigment, ultra chrome chameleon flakes, and lavender galaxy glitters. I don't know why, but every time I see galaxy glitters, I just get really excited. I don't know why, but I think that they're extra special, and I also just love saying galaxy glitters because, I don't know, it just seems very fun. But this is another one that I really loved out of the bottle and on the nail. Very, very pretty, very, very purpley, and kind of an interesting shade of purple. I mean, it is described as an indigo, but there's purple things happening, so definitely towing the line between a purple and a blue, and of course, very pretty and sparkly. 3 coats will be ideal for this one, and of course a generous layer of top coat because there are flakes. The galaxy glitters are not textured and they're not difficult to remove. Now here we have malachite. This one is a green crelly base with an emerald magnetic metallic effect. This is a really beautiful shade of green. It is unique. I mean, right as soon as I saw the polished bottle, I was like, I don't think I've seen a green like this. So I was really pleased to just play around with this one. And again, here I'm using the new By Dany Vianna and Watcha Indie 3D printed magnet. It works really, really well to give a velvet effect to the nail. This one will definitely need 3 coats regardless of how you try to wear it. I think it's best in 3. And the magnetic effect is not like overwhelming, and I think that's intentional, but don't expect like a crazy magnetic effect because it is a little more on the subtle side obviously kind of integrating with the base color, which is really beautiful and unique. You don't always want it slapping you in the face. So I do think this is a beautiful polish, and I do personally like it best on my middle finger with the velvet effect. Here, there's nothing difficult to remove, nothing textured, but top coat is always recommended. And I am showing it here on my pinky, completely unmagnetized for anyone who wants to see it without the magnetic effect. And here we have Hematite. This is a version 2, and it is a ultra chrome chameleon green to blue to purple with diamond flakes. And I think there's some sort of multi-chrome base going on as well. It's just amazing. I really love this one. You know I like dark polishes, I love shifty polishes, and I love hollow. So the diamond hollow flakes are really, really tiny. They give this almost like pinpoint holographic effect. Just super stunning. And yeah, honestly beautiful. This has an amazing formula. I don't really know if 3 coats was necessary, but I guess I just wanted to do it for everyone to see. And oh my goodness, this one is so pretty. I'm really glad I had a bit of sunshine so you can see how sparkly it is. Again, nothing difficult to remove here, and I still always recommend top coat to smooth the effect out and of course give you longevity for your manicure. And now we're going to look at Aquarius. So this is silver, which has a sheer base, a sparkling silver magnetic pigment, and silver metallic flakes. I do love my silver polishes, and I really, really enjoy this one. So I feel like I'm kind of hoarding silver nail polishes, and I don't know if I've actually worn any of them in my personal time yet. But one day, and I definitely will wear this one again because I really like the effect. So as always, using a neodymium bar magnet on my index finger to show you a cat eye design. That's really going to make the silver flakes pop out. And here on my middle finger, using the horseshoe magnet, or, you know, horseshoe magnet light. It works really, really well. Maybe I prefer this with the velvet effect on my middle finger, but it looks good either way, just your preference. And I think that 3 coats is probably best for this one. And of course you will want top coat. This one has a bit of texture from the flakes. It will not be difficult to remove. Next up is White Noble Opal. This one is a version 2. We've seen White Noble Opal before, and this one has a mix of Aurora Shimmer and Silver Magnetic Pigment. Now, this one is so pretty. Definitely on the sheer side, the shimmer is very strong, so it will distract from the nail underneath, but you can also see I had really, really short nails when I swatched this, so if you have longer nails or a very visible free edge, you probably will want to layer this over maybe a white crelly or a nail line blurring base coat. I can't remember if I said it, but you will definitely want 3 coats for this one. And I think that if you use the cat eye style, like on my index finger, you see more of the rainbow of colors than what you get with the velvet effect, like you're seeing on my middle finger. As you can see here side by side, definitely different looks, but both beautiful and very, very shifty. Now we're going to look at Salon Sapphire, and this one is a light blue magnetic effect with blue reflective glitters. This one is so sparkly and pretty. I was not expecting to like it as much as I did, but I do. And again, wearable in any style with the magnetic effect, or of course you don't have to magnetize it all because there's a lot going on in it without even using the magnetic effect. It's very, very sparkly and very, very blue. I do really like this blue shade. It's very like wintry and frosty. The formula here is really good. You might stop in 2 coats if you've got shorter nails like me. But of course, when you build it up in 3 coats, it will be totally opaque. And this one does have texture from the reflective glitter and the added glitter, so it will require a tiny bit more effort to remove, and you will certainly want a very generous layer of top coat, or probably 2 layers of top coat, or glitter top coat and quick dry top coat on top of that. Here we have Amethyst. This is a version 2. It's a violet jelly base with jelly shimmer and silver reflective glitter. This is a purple lover's dream. You can count me as a purple lover because this polish is like so stunning and beautiful. It has a nearly velvet style application. This is not a magnetic, but it like literally feels like and looks like velvet. I actually bought a purple velvet dress once from Value Village, and it was literally this color, and this polish is bringing back that memory. I cried while wearing it and ruined the dress. So anyway, it also wouldn't fit me anymore, but this is just so succulent and gorgeous and stunning and just purple. Like, it's just the most purple polish ever, and I love it. Here we have Lapis Lazuli. This is the third time we've seen a Lapis Lazuli inspired polish in the Zodiac Stones series. This one might be my favorite. It's so blue and so pretty. It's an ultramarine jelly base with silver hollow micro shreds, navy galaxy glitters, and iridescent flakes. It does have quite a rainbowy effect from the flakes, which I absolutely love. And on my nails, they were so short, but I only needed 2 coats. You will probably need 3 if you have longer nails than me, but you can see how it looks in 2, and definitely use top coat to smooth out the flakes. This won't be difficult to remove, and nothing I've swatched today in this video caused any staining. Now we're going to take a look at Aquamarine. This is version 2. It's a blue jelly base with iridescent flakes. Aquamarine is such a gorgeous stone, and I think that this does a really good job of capturing the color of a light aquamarine. I love this one. It's definitely on the sheer side. It will build up, but you'll still get a little bit of your nail line peeking through even in 3 coats. There are a ton of flakes in here, so I actually opted for 3 coats on my middle finger, and I left it in 2 on my index. And of course, top coat to smooth everything out. The flakes will not be difficult to remove, but they do add a tiny bit of texture. They're also almost like mirror-like, so this is just a really interesting and beautiful polish.
I really liked so many of those nail polishes that I have like a huge pile of ones that I want to talk about, but I probably should be a little more discretionary. So let me try to pick my top choices. So White Noble Opal is probably one of my top choices just because I was kind of surprised by the color shifts and just how beautiful the magnetic effect was. So it's just super sparkly and gorgeous and super wearable. I would be remiss to not talk about rose quartz because the linear hollow flame in this is ridiculous. It is so strong and so holographic. It is phenomenal and looks ridiculously beautiful in the sunlight. So this one is definitely going to be on my nails whenever we have sun again. And for uniqueness alone, and I really, really do like it, Aquamarine V2 is just so pretty. It's like, I love the base color for the blue, and I also just love big chunky flakes like that. So it's another favorite. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and yeah, I just had a ton of fun swatching these. There's always something so beautiful in the batch, and I just think all of these makers from Brazil are like creating some of the most incredible nail polishes. So hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.